If men rarely approach you in public, it is not because you're not pretty or they're not attracted to you. It's most likely because your energy is closed off. I used to have the biggest resting bitch face when I was in public, and I'd always wonder why does nobody approach me? And then I realized if your body language is closed off and you just look like you don't want to talk to anyone, nobody's going to approach you because, again, people fear being rejected. So if you want to be constantly approached by the right men in public, start telling yourself the news story. You do this by shifting your self-concept and telling yourself, I'm so easy to talk to, I'm so welcoming, I always attract high-value individuals to come up and talk to me. I always tell my clients to try this, and literally after a few days of them just shifting their beliefs, they start being approached by so many people. Try it out because it works every single time.
Let's first see what people have to say on this. It's hard to sell a product that nobody wants. Women, we are sick and tired of men approaching us in public. Men, here are the dating apps. We are no longer going to approach you in public. Women, the dating apps suck. Why aren't men approaching us in public? If you have a body count, an OnlyFans, a business, and/or an ex, you do not deserve traditional treatment and never can. Nope. Men don't approach women because they don't want to get me-too'd or feel like they are harassing and accused of being creeps and toxic. Get used to it, ladies. It's women that now to approach men. Men are generally done with dating and relationships. I do agree that some women are harder to approach because they walk around with that resting face. And those are the women that usually have a very nasty demeanor. But on that note, men really have called it quits with entertaining modern women. They see this kind of attitude as a red flag signaling that she might be challenging, entitled, or even respectful. Instead of this woman tell themselves these affirmations, she should just tell them to swallow up their pride and make the first move, or else they'll keep wondering why men don't approach them.
The rise of feminine men has led to masculine women. Let me explain. When men don't approach women in public places like coffee shops, it forces women to drop into one of two roles. The first role is she's just going to sit there and she's going to succumb to her singledom because she doesn't want to be the man and approach you if she thinks you may potentially be interested in her. The second role is her stepping into the role that the guy is usually supposed to, her asking you out. And this is definitely happening more. I see more women asking out more men than ever before in my friend groups and clients, etc. But the thing is, men, that women don't want to ask you out because courtship and approaching are typically things that gentlemen do. And the worst thing that you can do as a guy is force a woman to act like a man.
Let's first see what people have to say on this. I dress cute, but the top 5% men don't approach me. Fixed it. My superpower is invisibility. Being ugly helps. They are upset that they got exactly what they asked for? Wild. Their egos can't handle being ignored, and it's a good show from the sidelines. Have you not seen the shaming of men for just approaching? Men have pulled way back the last few years. Who wants to approach when we get rejected 98% of the time? There is nothing feminine about a man choosing not to approach a woman in a coffee shop or out in public. Maybe he simply is not interested, or perhaps he's decided that the effort is not worth the potential rejection or attitude. The bottom line is that today relationships have become so overrated and complicated that most men are over it. They're not willing to put in the effort. When the payoff seems increasingly low, a lot of men are tired of feeling as though they have to go out of their way to prove their worth to women who may not even meet them halfway. When you add in the risks, expectations, and the tendency for relationships to turn into power struggles, it's no surprise men are opting out. Many are choosing their own paths, prioritizing peace of mind, financial independence, and personal growth over relationships that feel more like investments with uncertain returns. Men don't want to be seen as desperate, nor do they want to end up in a relationship where they constantly have to meet high demands or risk being left.
Say that girls are so delusional, but guys are equally as delusional, if not more than us. Girls are delusional in the sense that we don't really listen to when guys tell us things that they really mean. For instance, if I'm seeing a guy and he's like, I'm not looking for anything serious, I'm like, And And so you met me, and he's like, yeah, no, I met you, and that's why I'm not looking for anything serious. But us women are always like, no, like it's definitely more than just casual, even though he said it 3 times. Like, we'll hear what they say. They're not looking for something serious. They're looking for something casual. They're not that into us. They're this, that, this. They're not over their ex. And we're like, we'll see about that. And it's like, we should really be taking what they're saying off first initial base, okay? Because that's where our delusions come in. But guys are delusional in a different way, if not worse way. Guys have like the confidence of 1,000 suns, okay? Their egos are bigger than their yes, because they think like there's always something better. So for instance, some of my guy friends are like, I'm not looking for a relationship because I know that there's better out there, and like I'm gonna get with so many women soon. And I'm like, okay, but we are in Walmart, so can you just like pretend to like be with the girl that you brought with you in aisle 6? Like, they think that they are literally gonna be able to do anal in the freezer section, and they think that they got it like that. They think they got Riz like that. So they're delusional more in like what could be type of thing, versus women are more like, this is the situation. He said he wants nothing to do with me, but I think it was a typo.
Let's first see what people have to say on this. Men don't approach you anymore. With the ever-present hatefulness, angriness, arrogance, etc., welp, why would they want to? As men, we understand and acknowledge that we don't understand women, but every woman thinks she understands men perfectly. You said, don't dare ever approach us. We don't need or want you. We will call the police and press rape charges. So there. It couldn't be that a man's bare minimum is directly related to your maximum materialism. Guys can be delusional for sure, but women, on the other hand, don't even live in reality. Guys are delusional to what can happen in the moment, and women are delusional to what can happen in the future, when these players tell women they're looking for something serious in their minds. It sounds like a challenge. They think, oh, he just hasn't met the right woman yet, and they set out to prove they're the one who can change him, as if their effort will make him a better man. The problem is they're ignoring what he's already told them. He's clearly stated his intentions, or lack thereof, but they refuse to take it at face value. Instead, they invest their time and emotions into trying to mold him into a partner he never intended to be. And what ends up happening is they end up heartbroken. And in the process, they develop this hatred for all men, not knowing they turned out that way because of themselves. That's a wrap for today on MGTOW Sigma. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you're the first to know when the next video is out. Share your thoughts in the comments below. See you tomorrow.